As soon as I'm walking out my front door, I'm aware of what I look like and I'm aware of what people might be thinking, and I just feel so uncomfortable in my own skin because I can tell that people are like staring at me and trying to figure out what's going on.
We were at the same bus stop. She had the short hair. I think she had some blue in her hair at the time. I approached her because I didn't want to sit alone on the bus. And I think it was history from there.
We were both introverts, so...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we we had good vibes.
A lot of people say that I come off as intimidating, but I don't think that's really the case once you get to know me.
I mean, they say that about me too. Coming out was really hard for me, as it is for most people. The first time I said it out loud, to you, was really probably the first time I really let myself accept it. Yeah, it was really hard, but I knew that you weren't going to think differently of me.
To be honest, I wish that I had handled your coming out differently. I thought, we're best friends, we tell each other everything. So when you came out to me, I know I was trying to make you feel comfortable and not make it a weird thing. So I kind of played it off oh, okay, so what? Let's go watch a movie. I don't really see this as something to talk about, really.
Yeah, at the time I definitely was what do you mean that's it? This is a big deal. Can you give me a little something more than okay or whatever?
I do also regret not having been this is amazing. I'm so happy that you're finally able to come out and express yourself, express your true self.
Well, you're saying it now, so.
Yeah, just a few years later.
It's alright. I identify as non-binary or genderqueer, and a lot of people just take that to mean that I'm confused or I'm having an identity crisis, but that's definitely not the case. There's a lot of people that are even accepting of trans people, people who are assigned female at birth but are actually male on the inside, or vice versa, and they'll be accepting of that, but then they dismiss people who are somewhere in the middle or don't even fall on the spectrum. Why can't you accept that there's more than two genders? You don't have to be just woman or just the man.
Yeah, I think it's just really hard for people who do identify as just woman or just man to even think what does that mean to be in between? I just don't get it, so that means it can't be real. I didn't know what gender non-binary was.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Until I realized that's what was going on with me. Oh, that makes so much more sense.
When I see people looking at you when we go into the bathroom or the fitting rooms or whatever, I get into protective mode. I'm angry. I'm what? Stay away from my child. Why are you staring at her?
Every time I go into the bathroom, I always have a pleasant look on my face, and I try to even change myself, which I hate, to appear more feminine so people know it's okay, you're safe. I'll smile at people walking out.
Yeah, I've noticed you smiling a lot at people in the bathroom, just
I don't know
safe,
if that I don't know if that helps or not, but one time I was walking into the bathroom as a mom and daughter were walking out, and I smiled at them. I was no, it's cool, I know, I see you, and I know where I'm going into, I'm aware. But I guess that didn't work because then I was peeing in the stall, and then I opened the door when I'm done, and an employee is standing there right in my face, a foot away from me.
Irks me. I feel my blood boiling. I'm what are you staring at? There's a person. You've seen people before.
As I left the bathroom, I saw that employee was talking to that mother and daughter and the rest of the family about oh, it was just a misunderstanding, it was a woman, blah blah. And in the moment I was just it's okay, just smile, walk away, it's not a big deal, not something you should worry about. But then a few minutes later I was really upset I didn't say anything because that really affected me. I just was made to feel I was in the wrong place for just doing my own business. So I use she or they pronouns. Everyone has their own preference. So if you're not sure what pronoun someone uses, it's always best to just ask.
I remember one time we were at the realtor and you were waiting to get a check or something, yeah. And the entire time we were there, this guy was calling you, him, sir, he, and I was getting a little annoyed about it, but I could see that you weren't saying anything, and I felt it wasn't my place to be listen, those aren't her pronouns or their pronouns,
So I'm still learning about what I like and what I'm comfortable with, because I know even when people do use he, him on me, it doesn't necessarily bother me, but it bothers me that they might figure out that that's not my actual pronoun, and then they're gonna feel uncomfortable and like be super apologetic, and like it's just gonna be an uncomfortable situation all around.
It was tough at first, I will admit, like remembering to say they, them. You're so used to like saying just he, she, you know?
And we're so used to just assuming like who's she and who's
exactly,
he.
Yeah.
I mean, I still make mistakes. Like I still struggle using the correct pronouns. It's definitely not like something that's easy for everyone to do, but as long as you're trying and you're making an effort, I think the other person will be able to see that, and that's what's important. It's really a small thing that you can do that just makes a really big difference. Even if they don't make any comments, I know, I just feel that like I'm not allowed to fully be myself, even if they're not gonna like, you know, stop loving me. Like I know that they wish I was different, and it like sucks that I can't do anything about it.
I remember like you would avoid getting a haircut before going home, just so that like your hair looked a little bit longer and your parents couldn't be like, oh, you got your haircut again, Lauren.
Yeah, I definitely did that a lot. I'm doing it less now, which does make me feel better, but it also at the same time puts me a little bit on edge when I do go home, because like again, I have to prepare myself.
That's something I'm happy that that you're overcoming, that feeling of like I have to change for other people to make them happy. And I know it's your family and you're doing it to protect them, but I think in the end, for your own sanity, it's better. You're better off being yourself.
Yeah, this isn't like something you can just fix and like change about someone. It's how you're born, and I think people need to understand that and just accept that not everyone's like you, and that's totally cool, and it's like wonderful that everyone's different.
Yeah, it's actually great that everyone's different. In fact, we should celebrate that.
Yeah.